In this video, I'll be talking about the last section in topic 10-7, which is our problem-solving lesson. It's called Draw a Picture and Write an Equation. Drawing a picture and writing an equation should be something that we are familiar with since we've done it most topics so far this year. So as usual, it's going to be a bar picture that we draw for these problems. The only difference is that now they will involve mixed numbers. So this one says, Miss Emery walks Murphy 1 2/3 miles today and 2 5/6 miles tomorrow. How far did they walk in all? Draw a picture, write an equation, and solve. I'm going to circle my important numbers and underline math words that tell me what operation I'm going to be doing. In all means plus. So I know that I'm trying to find the total. So that's unknown. So my total is x or any other variable. So I'm going to be adding 1 2/3 because in all tells me to add, plus 2 5/6 to find out the total I walked Murphy. My picture should be a rectangle divided into two parts. My total is unknown. Total goes up top and I don't know what that is. I don't know how far I walked. But I know that one day I walked 1 2/3 mile and one day 2 5/6 miles. So my picture should look like this. Now we can use what we've learned about addition to solve this problem. I first need to stack my numbers and find a common denominator. I can use 6 as my common denominator. So I have 1 4/6 plus 2 5/6. 4/6 plus 5/6 is 11/6. 1 plus 2 is 3. 11/6, if I divide 11 by 6, I get 1 remainder 5. So that means that 11/6 is 1 5/6. So I need to combine that with the 3 wholes I already had to get my final answer of 4 5/6. Let's try another one. Renee mixes red, yellow, and white paint. She used 1 2/3 gallon of red, 5 5/6 gallons white, and 2 1/2 gallons of yellow paint. How much paint did she mix in all? Again, I have 3 important numbers here, so this one's a little bit different because I don't have just 2 important numbers, I have 3. And in all tells me I'm adding them. So to find the total paint she used, I'm going to add all 3 of these numbers up. So the only difference is that my picture, I still don't know my total, so up top is an X, but my picture is going to have 3 boxes. One is going to be 1 2/3, the other one 5 5/6, and the last one 2 1/2. Now I can add those up. I'll start by adding the first 2, 1 1/3, and 5 5/6. Oops, that's 2/3 up there, but anywho, when I add them, I will find a common denominator, which in this case can be 6, so 2/3 is equivalent to 4/6. Now I can add my fractions, so 4/6 plus 5/6 is 9/6, 1 plus 5 is 6. 9/6 is 1 3/6, so I can change that to 7 3/6. Now I added the first 2 numbers, so now I need to add 7 3/6 plus 2 1/2. Again, I'll make equivalent fractions, which this can stay, I'm just going to put that over to the side, as 6ths. So 2 3/6 is equivalent to 2 1/2. Now I can add my fraction pieces, which is 6/6. 7 plus 2 is 9. 6/6 is 1 whole, so I have 9 wholes and 1 whole, so my final answer is 10 wholes, 10. In this section, we'll also talk about writing equations for perimeter. So if you remember, when we have a shape, perimeter is when you add up all of the sides. So we're going to focus on addition equations, so we are just going to do an equation that requires you to add the lengths of the different sides. So for a triangle, there are 3 sides. So the perimeter of a triangle is side plus side plus side. You could also do 3 times side, but since this says an addition equation, it needs to look like this. For this triangle, the lengths of our sides are 2 2/3. So the perimeter equals 2 2/3 plus 2 2/3 plus 2 2/3. Now, I could stack them and add my first 2 numbers together, or what I'm going to do in this case is I'm going to add all my whole numbers and then all of my fractions. Either way will work just fine. So 2/3 plus 2/3 plus 2/3 is 6/3, and 2 plus 2 plus 2 is 6. So I have 6 and 6/3. 6/3 is equivalent to 2 holes. So 6 holes plus 2 holes is 8 holes in all. So perimeter equals 8. I want you to try this one on your own. Write an addition equation to solve for the perimeter of the shape. So you should have an equation, P equals something, and then you need to tell me what P equals. Okay, so you'll need to find the equation and then solve. Think about the last time it was perimeter equals side plus side plus side because we had 3 sides to a triangle. Squares have 4 sides, so you will need to add the another side. Good luck!